Welcome back. It's Eric Arnold here in not the sports barn. We're in our secondary studio here on this Thursday, July 8th, to bring you another huge slate of MLB games. We've got 8 free picks here on this Thursday. Well, they say you get what you pay for, and lately that's certainly been true, as our picks haven't been worth a goddamn here. This week, last week, we got off to a bad start this season. Then from about the third week in April till about, I'd say, third week in June, we were just going great. Yeah, really just going super well. And then these last 10 to 14 days, it's just been a struggle. It hasn't been a disastrous losing streak, but it's been one step forward, 1.5 step backward. So, yeah. But, statistically speaking, you're never going to have a straight line straight up. So you'll have your peaks and valleys. So we're hoping to, fire our way out of it here today. In the comments section, I guess the only thing I can say about yesterday, and we'll put up our results there for yesterday, is it wasn't as bad as Louie. He really got, who's Louie? He is our guest handicapper who makes his picks in our comment section pretty consistently. He's been there all year long. And he had a even worse day than I did. So, but his record overall is a little better than mine. So, both of us are hoping to do better, and perhaps we will here. I mean, yesterday, just I don't know. I try to pick out games where I say, all right, that was just stupid. That was a stupid decision. We didn't get beat by the breaks. We got beat by bad handicapping. Maybe that Phillies game, to trust the Phillies to do anything correctly, maybe that was a bad decision. Maybe the A's. I keep that was a game the model loves, and the model doesn't really take into account. It can't see things like which teams hate each other. And that was a spot where the model would say, okay, well, the Astros are going to take it easy here, and this is a spot where the road team can sneak in there and get a win. Yeah, but the Astros really hate the A's. And it's a division rivalry, and they're trying to put some distance between themselves and the A's, so they don't have to get into that one game of death wild card playoff. So that might have been some bad handicap in there. The Padres, I mean, I don't know, it just didn't happen. I mean, we haven't had many of those games, the kind in the last 2 months where we're just done in the first inning. Boom! You're down 5-0. Boom! You're done. We haven't had too many of those. So that was certainly one of those games where our pitcher got knocked out in the first, just knocked out. Not like, I gave up 3 runs and you still have a chance. No, we're down 10-0 before he knew what happened, before you sat down to drink your second beer. So, yeah, I mean, on the good side, the Mets somehow saved the bacon for Jacob deGrom. I guess neither one of those guys pitched very well. It was him and Zach Wheeler. I've been trying to make the case that Zach Wheeler's the best pitcher in the National League. Well, he certainly hurt our case yesterday. He pitched like shit. He didn't get very good defense, but they lost. He lost. So I guess we got to all bow down to the altar of Jacob deGrom. Do we like this guy? This guy's not showing up to the All-Star game. I kind of think that's a real dick move. You got to at least show up, don't you? At least, I know when I made my first All-Star team, man, I thought that was the greatest thing ever. I couldn't wait to go. I just, I wasn't that good. So when I made my first All-Star team, man, I was 8. I think maybe I was 9. Was it 10? I don't remember. But I remember making the All-Star team. And, I just kept thinking, it's like, wow, I'm with all these other kids throughout from school districts I don't even know. As it turned out, they were pretty much, well, there was a handful from other school districts. But, you're in elementary school, so you don't see all the kids from the other high school regions, if you will. Anyway, I just was, honored and excited to be there. I guess once again, it's like walking down the first base line or standing in the batter's box after you hit a long fly ball. You're just so goddamn good, I guess, these guys. They're so used to being so goddamn good that, well, go to the All-Star game and see other good players? Well, we'll all go play golf in the off-season, I guess. Oh, the fans? Fuck them. Who cares? They don't need to. They see me every on the MLB network every 5th day. I don't need to go, do anything for them. Screw them. So, Jacob deGrom, our hero. So, well, let's do it. Let's get the picks. Let's see. Congratulations to England. It's coming home. It's coming home, or some damn thing. Like the Danish goaltender said, they asked him that question. Some English reporter, does it bother you? This song they're all chanting, during the game. It's coming home. He's like, has it ever come home? That's right. I mean, what does that mean? It's coming home. Doesn't it have to have been there at some point to come home? I mean, that's like saying the Flyers, the Stanley Cup is coming home to Philadelphia. I think we won it 10 million years ago in the mid-'70s with a bunch of bullies or something like that. So us 17 Flyer fans that still exist, we can all get together and sing, "It's coming home." And then, speaking of the Stanley Cup, I guess the home of the Stanley Cup now remains in Tampa, as they prove that their bubble cup is not a fluke and they go out and win it for real. Screw you Canadians. I mean, I thought, I'm so glad that the state of Florida and Tampa won the Stanley Cup, the Canada's Cup, Canada's game, Canada's trophy, Canada's sport, their national sport, as they have to go there and suffer the indignity of handing the cup over to a bunch of guys wearing Hawaiian shirts and shorts, and they're going to the beach tomorrow, and they'll probably do the exact same thing with the Stanley Cup that they did with the Super Bowl trophy. They'll have a boat parade, and they'll throw the damn thing across the boats, and while all of Canada goes, "Oh my God, it might end up in the water, no!" All while they're wearing their stupid-ass surgical masks. Screw you, Canada. These guys, they still won't let us in. We're going to keep the Blue Jays soon. We're just going to keep them. You can't have them back. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Screw you, Canada. Blame Canada, bastards. So congratulations to the Tampa Bay Lightning. Good job. All right, let's get to the picks. Got so many of them here, so let's rip through them fast. We're going to go with the Diamondbacks. Whoever thought the Diamondbacks would be on a winning streak, but if they were ever going to beat somebody, it would be at home, and it would be another team that can't win on the road, which is the Rockies. So not a hateful praise here. That's a top play. We like the D-backs. We'll get suckered in here again with the Yankees. They paid us yesterday, and I think it probably helps them not to be in New York, to get away from New York and anymore. I mean, wherever the Yankees go, with a few marked exceptions, they play with half the stands full of Yankee fans anyway. So it's almost like you're getting home value on the road. So we'll go ahead there with the Yankees. I think the Mariners, that's a nice team. I don't think that's a hateful team. I think that's a team that's moving in the right direction, but that's a team that may have gone as far as it can go this year. We'll pay a huge price with the Blue Jays. Their lineup is just so much better than the Orioles, and they're pitching one of their number one guns. So we're hoping that he's able to not walk the ballpark and hold the Oriole bats in check enough that the Blue Jays can, get a couple home runs and get a nice, comfortable margin there. It's a big price, so if Manoah's not good, we got problems. The Mets the model just went bonkers on this game. This is another spot where the Mets should not lose. According to the model, when this type of mix of factors comes together, this team never loses. So I only put $2 signs on it because it's the Mets. If the Mets could fuck up a guaranteed spot, it's the Mets. So we'll put the Mets there at $2 signs there to crush the Pirates tonight. We like the Cubs. I think I have no data to back this up. It's just a hunch that teams that go on a long streak and finally break the streak, turn right around. If I've got a long losing streak and I win a game, I turn right around the next day and win again. Or vice versa. A long winning streak, I lose, then I turn right around, lose again. So I think the Cubs they've broken the seal. They've finally gotten a W. And at a 50-50 proposition at home against the not very good Phillies, who find ways to lose. Last night, they played, the game was over in the first 2 innings. In the first 2 innings, I'm watching this game. The Phillies got a guy on first base. I think might have been the first inning. I'm going to say first inning. Guy on first base, 1 out. Harper's up. He's in, good hitters count, 2-0, 3-1. He's trying to bunt. He's the cleanup hitter. He's got a 3-1 count, and he's trying to lay one down. Wouldn't you do that at like 0-0 or 0-1 or something like that? It's 3-1 count. You're the cleanup hitter. You're going well. You're hitting the ball well. And he's trying to dump one down the third base line because, the ridiculous shift. Take your shot to hit a home run there, dude. This is where you should be getting your pitch. And he fucked it up, of course, and then ended up striking out. And then in the next inning, a routine ground ball to my shortstop, Gregorius, who I'm wondering if we weren't better off just leaving him on the IL. He screws that up. That opens the door. 3 unearned runs, and the game's over. So, the Phillies find ways to lose. So we'll take the Cubs there. I'm going to say the Reds are going to jump into Milwaukee and ambush the Brewers. The Reds they burned us badly earlier this week. But they did an unred-like thing yesterday, which was they managed to win. In other words, normally the Reds would, after that kind of a crushing defeat, would just go right back out and get crushed again. And then start a 6 out of 7 losing streak. But they won. So, they have been playing pretty well. Got one of their best pitchers on the mound. The Brewers have one of their worst pitchers on the mound. We're going to say the Reds surprise them here. 50-50 proposition. We got a better pitcher. We'll take the Reds. Really like this Tiger game. The Tigers have one of their young guns going. The guys I'm looking for are Mize, who I guess I screwed myself because Mize pitched yesterday. We went against him and he won. It's like, that was kind of what I said, right? Mize wins. It's like, and then I bet against him, and he wins. So what? So that maybe that was bad handicapping. But Scrooble, he's definitely Scooble. He's definitely one of the ones we like to look for. Manning, Turnbull, throw Boyd in there. But yeah, these are the guys going up against J-Hap. J-Hap's bad, and I'm probably outside of J-Hap's immediate family. I'm probably the biggest J-Hap fan in the country, but this is the end of the road for Jay. He's just not been good. He's on a team that really is going nowhere. They don't have a feeling for Jay. They don't like Jay. He's a drop-in rented guy who hasn't pitched very well. And, this is just two teams going in opposite directions. We like the Tigers. And then lastly, I'm going to come right back here with the Padres. And I wouldn't be doing this, but the model says, yeah, do it, yeah. And I'm kind of like, but, I don't like laying this kind of a price against Max Scherzer. But, I don't know. The model really likes this game, so I'll go with the model. Maybe this is going to be a repeat of the Cubs-Phillies games from yesterday. Huge blowout the day before. You expect the team that scored 15 runs to just score another 15 runs, and they do nothing, and the other team wins. So we're getting a pretty good pitcher there, and Darvish. So pitching-wise, it should be about even. The Nationals, they did a lot of business here in the last 3-4 weeks. But then one of the guys that was propelling them, the Schwarber storm, that's over now. The Schwarber's on the IL. You won't see him no more. So the Nationals are going to have to get it done with the Starlin Castros of the world. I think the Padres have a deeper lineup. Let's see if the Nationals can do it again. We're going to say no, they cannot. We'll take the Padres. So there you have it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's do better today. Let's get back on the winning track, damn it. I'm getting a little annoyed, a little irritable here in the lack of success here in the last 10 to 14 days. I do think we have a good card here today. I feel pretty good about, all right. When you're losing, nothing looks good. So, I like that Tiger game. I really like that game. I like that Cubs game. The model really doesn't, but I like the Yankees. That one feels pretty good. I don't know how you can like, the D-backs. I don't know how you can like a team that has a record like the D-backs, but I never thought the D-backs were as bad as the record indicates. And the Rockies are just a different team outside of Coors Field. They just don't hit. They don't hit when they're outside of Coors Field. So I think the D-backs could be a nice choice there. All right, that's all we got. So thanks for stopping by. If you're new, hey, subscribe. We will have some football here coming into the fall. Definitely we'll be doing that. And we'll see you, I guess, at least one more episode before next week. Eric Arnold, thanks for being here. Signing off.